For many of us in ministry, June marks that point in the year where our Bible studies, our small groups, and our ministry efforts in general are kind of winding down as the summer begins. It marks a natural point where we get a chance to reflect on some of the things God has been doing and to celebrate those things, as well as to begin thinking about what God might want to do in the future. And to help us do that this month, I want to encourage you to think about a story in the Bible found in Genesis 16 about an Egyptian woman named Hagar. Now, Hagar is living with a family, and some complicated drama has surfaced, and it's been very challenging for her. In fact, she's experienced some mistreatment in the situation, and as a result, she runs away. And the storyteller tells us that she flees into the wilderness and finds herself at a spring of water in the middle of nowhere. What's beautiful about the story is that God finds her. The text actually says the angel of the Lord found Hagar by the spring of water, which is just such a beautiful picture of what God is like. In the midst of our burnout, our feelings of tiredness, our feelings of exhaustion or frustration, we have a God who finds us. And when the angel of the Lord finds Hagar, he asks her two really important questions. He says, Hagar, where have you come from? And where are you going? Now think about those two questions for a minute. As a ministry leader, where have you come from? What has ministry been like? What have the struggles been? What have the challenges been? And where are you going? Two critical questions, I think, for any leader to reflect on. And I think June is a great time of the year to begin thinking about those two questions. Now, it's really interesting because in the story, Hagar can only answer the first question. Hagar responds to the angel of the Lord, and she says, well, I'm running from my mistress, Sarai, the one who had been mistreating her in the story. She can't answer the second question in terms of where she's going. I wonder how many of us, including myself, you, everyone listening, sometimes get stuck on the past. We can tell you where we've been, the hurts, the challenges that we've had to navigate, the issues we're grappling with in ministry, the complicated relationships that we've been navigating. We can talk about some of the past things that have been big, but sometimes we get stuck there, and it's hard to move forward well to know where we're going. Instead, we get stuck on the past. What's beautiful about the story is that God actually doesn't let her get stuck. He will tell her what she's going to do next. And the angel of the Lord tells Hagar, return to your mistress Sarai. Go back to the family you're running from. And then Hagar has this profound experience because she's been able to articulate where she's come from, and now God has revealed to her where she will go. And she has this brilliant experience, and she says, surely you are the God who sees. You're the God who sees. You're the seeing God. I'm encouraged by that. We have a God that no matter where we're at, whether you're stuck in a wilderness at a spring, or you're stuck in your past, or you're just trying to make it through the rest of this month, wherever we're at in life, we have a God who sees us, who sees the treadmills that we've been running on, the hills we've been trying to climb, the walls that we've been trying to take down between groups of people. We have a God that sees all the challenges that you and I are facing, and that's encouraging because God doesn't leave us hanging. Just like he met Hagar at that spring, I know because I've experienced it that God is going to meet you wherever you're at in your challenging circumstances. So be encouraged. Know that there's a God out there who sees you, and he is on the lookout for you, and he will find you somehow, some way. God bless.